welcome everyone to the Minimum Effort Podcast. Today I am joined by Lucas, who does a rather educational channel. If you would, please introduce yourself and tell us about what you do and all the stuff you do on the platform.
Hey, yeah, my name is Lucas Ashes. I have a YouTube channel where I essentially just do maths videos and physics videos and things that are revolved around A level. It's this sort of thing people do in the UK. Instead of SATs and AP, they just do A levels.
I've actually never heard of
Mostly
that
just to help
before.
people out on that.
So what you do is you do like tutoring then, like in-house tutoring for people.
Tutoring per se, I just do videos on like go over topics, and then sometimes I might do a skip video.
So like you said, you do mostly math and physics. Like how do you apply these things? Are these just like you go over regimens, or do you go over...
I
Go ahead.
I go over I go over the syllabus. I'll go over my notes and see on there. You'll be taught a certain thing and those questions in the textbook, but then you'll realize it's a completely different thing. Damn, or like way different today.
Yeah.
Yeah, than they used to be like back before, like about 2 years ago. I mean, they changed a lot of things. They changed the way in which things are done, really, in which you can do past papers. That it makes, well, doing past papers and trying to get to university much harder.
So how's your search for university going? I remember we were talking the other day, and how's that going for you?
Oh yeah, it's going pretty good actually. Yeah, I mean, I in the UK we essentially have this system where you can only apply to 5 universities.
Yeah.
I applied to 5 and I got rejected by one of them.
Congratulations, man. I'm glad that you got accepted by the other 4. That's better than I did. In America, it's a lot different. We're allowed to apply as many as we want, but we don't meet certain requirements, and it's a lot of small requirements.
Such as?
Like having certain GPA, coming from a certain income level, living in certain areas, stuff like that, and I didn't get the opportunity to go to college because of the area I lived in. So
Oh, okay.
it's a little weird. I grew up on a small farm in Arkansas, so I'm not the most educated person as is, you know?
I mean, have you considered community college?
I've considered going to a community college, but right now it's not within my wheelhouse. Like right now,
Oh, cool.
I've got a pretty decent day job, and this has been a rather fun hobby, and I'm doing okay. I don't see the need to take the time off to go to school right now, being that I'm already working a really good daytime job that's only going to get better for me, you know?
Oh yeah, I get that completely. What kind of job is it?
I do all the marketing for Lexus and Acura in Florida, so I
Oh wow. Cool.
I talked my way into a major marketing and photography job, so it's been going really well.
Oh, have you thought of like going to classes to up your marketing game?
I've been considering it, going to college just to get a degree saying I know what I'm talking about, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, some of those things you can just learn from a textbook
Oh
or
yeah,
from.
but when it comes to like photography and videography, it's all hands-on. There's no textbook in the world that can match what you can learn with your hands just out in the field when it comes to just photography, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I mean more about marketing. Like when you do marketing, surely you'd go across things like marketing strategies and
Oh yeah.
mix of strategies you can do.
Yeah, that's the stuff I need the help with.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's more to do with business management.
No, I totally understand what you're saying. So, have you thought about what you're gonna go to university for? Are you gonna continue on this route as a educator, or what do you got planned?
I mean, I wanna go into university to study physics. Yeah, I wanna eventually, after getting my master's, bachelor's course or master's course, which is 4 years. Of course, I want to go into a PhD.
So,
I'd uh, I'd go into research. Yeah,
so you're going for the long haul for this thing, then.
I want to go full out, go research stuff.
Well, I hope that works for you. What realm of physics would you say is like your favorite to talk about? Are you into like thermodynamics? You into magnetism? You into what are you into?
Uh,
What really piques
yeah,
your interest?
I'm into fusion physics and fission and nuclear stuff. Really,
Yeah.
actions that happen and
So then
create fusion.
you're really into like the far end of like atomic physics. Then
Yeah, yeah, sort of.
I've always been
I mean, I
fascinated
like.
with. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I mean, more. I wouldn't be able to say that I know about it per se, but like, I'd want to go in it. I mean, usually a lot of things about physics are cool. If you in physics, you preferably like to like everything.
Oh yeah, get a general education in the all of it.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, there are those that like absolutely hate doing classical mechanics and then just go into astrophysics, but as a major, and honestly, I want to go out and do the whole thing. Yeah, what were you saying?
I was saying like in my opinion, I've always been really fascinated with magnetism. Like I just really like the idea of this force against this force. It's just the idea of
Yeah, yeah.
magnetism is just it's so straightforward. It makes so much sense, you know.
I mean, I guess look, funnily enough, I'm studying it right now,
Yeah.
and there is, I guess, I guess the way you're describing it, yeah, it sounds fairly easy, but then you have to come across, there's an electric force, and apparently, let me ask you this: do you know why a magnetic field occurs, or why
Uh,
something experiences a magnetic field?
because of electrons and stuff. I'm not the brightest, but that's the generalist, yeah.
Well, sort of like essentially, it happens when a sort of charge or charged particle moves.
Okay.
So an electron, if it moves, electric field, no, electromagnetic field, I meant to say, because of the fact that first of all things have an electric field if they're charged, of course. Field moves, it creates a. That's more or less what it is.
That's
And
really
then,
cool, man.
I mean, it's now that I'm studying it, they can I'm literally sort of for this. I was revising this, and there's stuff like Lenz's law and the fact that when you drop a magnetic ball down a conducting tube, the magnetic ball will slow down. It will it will fall at a much slower rate, letting something like a wooden block fall down a tube. Some of this some of this does not make sense. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, that's actually really weird because you think the ball wouldn't touch the sides due to the reacting magnetic field keeping it off the wall, therefore slowing friction, you know? But I guess it's still being reacted on by the magnetic force holding it where it is, slowing it down.
Yeah, more or less. I think from what I heard from what my teacher said it, like we had 10 minutes on this. Essentially, goes down a metal tube, and it creates a magnetic field. Of course, this magnetic field, electrons in the metal move. And because those electrons are moving, that creates another magnetic field, which in turn upwards, and in turn makes it slow down.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that explanation did not fly with me for the first few seconds. Yeah.
It makes sense, but that's really weird, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it feels like mental gymnastics.
Oh yeah. So what about atomic physics do you really enjoy? I mean, you said you were really wanting to get into the far end of it, like that's what really interests you. What about it interests you?
I guess the I guess the what I like is the idea of creating new energy and new energy. Like it's more like harvesting energy. I like. It's hard to pinpoint down exactly, but it's the idea that fuse atoms together. It's like a whole. It's a really complicated thing you have to do. You have to criteria in order to fuse two atoms together. Then there's a ton of mathematics behind it. And then there's like this tipping point. For example, the way fusion works is that they repel each other. But then if you push them close enough, the strong force interacts with them. And so they no longer feel that repulsion. It's a pretty big challenge.
Yeah.
Requires a lot of heat, a lot of they're like bringing in a lot of mathematics into this. It's turning into an engineering thing. Yeah, it's I guess it's not like a lot of people seem to be sure that we've got fusion energy right. But like that's what many people have said for the past few years, and so I guess the fight continues, and hopefully we'll get there. I mean, we should be getting there by 2030, hopefully, but
That'd be crazy though, right?
yeah, it would be crazy. I mean, yeah, that's super clean energy. That's also really safe, and I mean, of course, it's really hard, and it seems like this really utopian idea. In a certain way, it's achievable.
Yeah, but
Achievable.
do you think it's even achievable with the current state of, you know, petroleum as it is? I mean, the gas industry is such a large industry. Do you think we will ever fully convert to uh, atomic physics and fusion dynamics like you're speaking of? Because I mean, we've had the technology to go to full electric cars for a while now. Like Tesla's been working really hard for a while now,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we haven't switched out of gas. Like we've had the ability for a while, you know. Like do you think we'll ever fully switch out of using gas?
I think I think eventually we could. I think eventually we'll get convinced out of it. I mean, the thing with electric cars is that the cars are pretty inconvenient because the problem is that you drive them and they have a pretty low life for what would be for a petroleum car. Additional problem is like, yeah, let me tell you this thing. You essentially you drive a car, electric car, and then you're gonna have to let it connect it up overnight. And then what is also a problem is that gas stations stuff to just plug in and
In charge.
car. So like there has to be a new emerging market for that. It requires more to market the idea, more people to go in full investment, and then eventually it should come out as a reasonable investment.
That's a really good mindset about it. Can I ask you a question about something that was talked about maybe, I think it was 10 years ago now?
Yeah. Well,
So I think it was 10 years ago over here, they were discussing a car that ran on water where the whole point of it was that they split the hydrogen and oxygen atoms, causing energy that way. Is that still a feasible option, or do you think that was an entire hoax?
I think well, there's more starting to go into things that I don't know too much, but the idea of splitting hydrogen from oxygen, uh, I I guess that would be pretty difficult. I mean, it's it's a different reaction, and you're going to be creating hydrogen gas. For example, if you have lighting a cigarette behind that car. Oh, wait a second. Nah, I'm not sure what I'm saying here. I'm not. I'd have to look into how the water car works.
You know what I'm talking about, though. Like, that's not something I dreamed up one night, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it. Whole idea of how to. First of all, like your water bill would cost a lot. I'll be honest. That is feasible, and you would be creating more. Would they be burning the hydrogen or burning the oxygen?
I'm not sure. I just saw
Or
the thing, you know.
yeah, I mean, I've heard of hydrogen-powered cars, but those, yeah, I mean, I never knew what happened to those. Those seem, I guess hydrogen-powered cars are more feasible in that way, and they're, well, not, they're probably easier, yeah,
No, I
to
follow you.
use. Powered cars, you can just ignite them, and that's it. That's your heat. That's your combustion. That's
Yeah.
what you need, but. How do you get that hydrogen? And the hydrogen is going to become more costly. And then possibly we could end up running out of hydrogen or. Yeah, that's pretty difficult. Those sort of alternative energy uses, energy fuels, those are pretty hard to come around and require like lots of things that and resources. I mean, so you could have fluorine powered cars, but that because of the fact that it's hard to combust fluorine is also dangerous. You have to contain most of these reactions, and you have to do so in a way so that it lets in air, and the air is enough to cool down the engine. So that air can't cool it down. Well, then that's your problem, and yeah, that's just not feasible. It's all about how a reaction can get and how it could react with metal as well. You can't make everything out of stainless steel, and you need a fairly inert metal, but again, inert metal, it just costs. Costs, man, I don't know. Yeah.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was, do you have anything in mind?
On the physics side, nah, you've just about lost me.
Yeah, yeah, more or less the point is that, like, things can burn.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying.
Burning.
Like, at some point, we'll just end up burning all the metal that we used to build the car. So like, you couldn't just
Yeah,
make it out of anything.
if it reacts with the car, then that's your car destroyed, or,
Or worse.
yeah, or worse, you die. You get destroyed.
So to get
I don't
off
know.
physics for a moment, what else are you interested in? I mean, are you just 100% physics all the time? Just
No way. I'm also a bit math. Nah, okay. I guess. uh, I guess I'm into comedy. I used to have a comedy channel. It's long gone, but yeah, that's the Filthy Frank, that sort of thing. No, okay, I wouldn't say Filthy Frank copycat, but something like a mix of Filthy Frank and Niga Higa.
I get what you're saying. Nah, Frank was He was a great bastion for YouTube back in the day. So I mean,
Yeah.
I totally get what you're saying. He was a pinnacle for his time.
A lot of people are saying that that sort of content wouldn't exactly fly.
No, it wouldn't exist today. It wouldn't work.
I think it easily could. I mean, YouTube just doesn't care about that sort of stuff.
It wouldn't work on the
It's-
platforms that currently exist.
Really? I mean, I guess I cared enough. I guess it would have never. I mean, honestly, if YouTube cared now, probably destroyed the channel already, or
That's a good point. They could have
Jokes on
axed
it.
it.
it could have axed it. But I mean, they choose not to because about that stuff. Could you imagine the Wall Street Journal talking about Filthy Frank?
Oh, I mean, they talk about PewDiePie enough. I mean, it's not super
Yeah, but-
far fetched.
Yeah, but that's because PewDiePie had to do stuff he did was accidental. Let's get that out.
Oh yeah, his success is a 100% anomaly. Like it was a 1 in a million luck in the bucket.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and it's just the fact that like, of course, going to go after him because he's the biggest YouTuber.
Or for now, only a couple
Most.
more days.
Whoa, wait, okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, have you been keeping up with the
Yeah.
T-Series war?
Yeah, oh no, yeah, I'm looking at that every day, looking at that subscriber count.
He's going down soon. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, there's all this build up, but honestly, he doesn't care himself.
I don't think so. You know, at this point, you can't stop a corporation like that. You know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the corporation gets that popular, and in that amount of time, like, in any way, like anyone could gain subscribers that fast. Nah. What do you think?
I think there's a lot going on with this, like, cause I don't know if you follow internet developments around the world, but India as a country is new to the internet at large. Like they've had it as long as everyone else, but they're new to what is considered modern internet. They haven't had like YouTube, Facebook, Google, and all that, and now all these companies are getting in there and like, pardon my French, I don't know if you have any issues with cussing or profanities.
No,
But-
I'm fine.
Facebook and YouTube and Google, they're getting in there and they're raping the shit out of India. Like they're just throwing ad after ad. They want to know everything about them. They want to
Yeah.
they want to
Wow.
they want to tap that market. Know what I mean?
Yes.
And YouTube,
It seems to make
funded.
sense, but don't you think T-Series could be sub-botting?
oh yeah, T-Series could definitely be sub-botting, but with that many people in one country that's never had the internet before, I do think that a large margin of their growth is legitimate. You know, like, because it's a whole country that's turning to this company, and this company has existed since the Bollywood days. Like, T-Series used to be a
Yeah.
Bollywood developer, so these people already know this company. We don't. Like, this would be like if Marvel had its own YouTube channel and was, like, releasing small movies on their own YouTube channel. Like, people over here that have had it forever would clamor for that, you know, and it would rise like wildfire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Nah, sorry, internet marketing. That's where I start talking.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Definitely. Oh wait. Like, do you talk about? I heard about this thing called guerrilla marketing. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's where they get in there and they just throw so much at them, and they force these people to make accounts that don't really exist. Like, it's just signing everyone up for
Wait, what?
mass accounts.
I didn't catch that. What exactly do you mean by that?
So it's
They
like,
just create new accounts?
yeah, so it's like, let's say you've never used the internet, right?
Yeah.
And your parents do. Your parents use Facebook, but you've never used it. So Facebook can figure out, yeah, that's their child, right? And
Yeah.
they'll make you a profile. That way you have one. And that's what
Yeah. I guess.
That's what T-Series is suspected of doing, is they're just gathering this massive amount of population and saying, oh yeah, they live in this general area, they all listen to this kind of thing, they can all have accounts to this, and then they just make them. So, like, yeah, some of it's legitimate, some of it's subbotting, but a lot of it is this guerrilla marketing where it's like, yeah, these people exist, let's force them to have accounts. That would be like if I go back for a year or two and see all the people that bought a Lexus, and I'm like, alright, these people all bought Lexuses, let's sign them all up for this email notification list.
Doesn't that risk going against their own will?
A little bit, but I mean, it's internet. I mean, it's not really directly connected to these people.
Yeah, I guess, but that sounds pretty shady.
Oh yeah, it's scummy as hell.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's basically how it works.
Cool. Yeah, that's nice to know. Wait, do you subscribe to PewDiePie?
Of course. If you aren't subscribed to PewDiePie, how are you a person?
Yeah, yeah. I had this person in my assembly at school. This is his YouTube channel.
They're not subscribed?
Excuse me?
Are they not subscribed?
They were in fact telling everyone to subscribe.
Oh, that's awesome.
Assembly, like they just got up.
It was go time.
PewDiePie. And then like he got an absolute round of applause.
That's great. No, I've only spoke of Pewds on here like maybe I think this is the third time he's came up in conversation, and this is episode 5.
Yeah, well, cool. You have people at your workplace who talk about it.
I do, yeah. From time to time, people ask me about what's going on, and I just explain it to them because they don't understand how it's a thing or why it's working the way it is. So,
are they like how old are they?
Oh, I mean, I work at a company. I work at a dealership. Everyone I'm working with are 20 to 30 years older than I am. I'm the youngest guy there, and I'm 21. You know. And the oldest guy there is 97, you know, so...
Oh, wow. Damn, have you talked to him?
Oh, I talk to him all the time. He's great. He just retired, like, 2 days ago.
Oh, he retired. Whoa. I mean, that's quite a worker if he's retiring at 97.
I don't know if he listened to this, but good on you, Doug. Good on you.
Yeah, good on you.
So, at your, on your side of things, how are things over there? I mean, I know the UK has been going through this whole Article 13 nonsense. Has that been a direct issue for you or for anything you're doing with your YouTube stuff or with your university stuff?
No, not really. We just being put into place, so no, nothing has happened.
Not yet, or do you think it's just a matter of time?
I think like how negatively people talk about it, the government would be able to, like, considering you have 1 year to put in the article, would like take that whole year and try to get out by then or find some sort of deal.
I get what you're saying. A similar thing happened over here last year, which was the things with Ajit Pai trying to... He worked with AT&T for a while, and they were trying to make the internet very regulated for the U.S., and it didn't work out over here. Huh? Yeah, net neutrality. I don't know if you've heard about it over there.
Is it to do with like companies having to give the same sort of for every single site?
Yeah, giving everyone the same amount of control.
Hey, what do you mean by control?
Like, every site would have a set amount of cost or a set amount of people on it per time.
Wait, really? I thought it was more to do with speed and how you like...
Well, yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it, too. Like, that was more of the grand scheme of things, but, I mean, it was about, you know, locking down how much each person could pay per speed and setting it where companies would pay for more speed on their website, quote-unquote speed, and that would also limit how many people could be on the said site and how many people could be using sites at any given time.
Damn, really? From what I heard of, the only thing I've heard from is from Philip DeFranco,
Ah,
and well, here's what it seemed like to me. It was essentially your Wi-Fi on a network, your Wi-Fi, and how fast you want it to be fast for. What you seem to be saying is that it's more to do with a regulatory thing about how many people can be on it, which is like the thing people were against in the first place.
yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of a different issue then. That's possible. That's probable.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Where else do you? Yeah. Did you have anything else to say?
About net neutrality and internet issues, or?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, I think it's definitely a large issue, and any country locks down this kind of agreement is a bad idea, because basically what they're trying to do is internet communism, and that's not cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's really what it is.
yeah, it's like, I guess it's just they just interfere with something and then come up with some sort of like trade-offs when really the bill shouldn't have any trade-offs at all.
Oh yeah, as it stands right now, I think the internet cannot get better and it should not change, you know?
It really can't get better.
No, I don't think we can get better than we are now. I mean, it's at right this moment, not take away the Article 13, take away net neutrality, and the internet, it was at a good place, you know? It was a lot of freedom to grow and create, a lot of freedom to look up practically whatever you want. You know, it wasn't super controlled, you know?
I mean, can you like define exactly what was good?
What
Just
do
so
you mean?
because you're saying, like, are you talking more about in terms of freedom or?
Yeah, definitely. More like, in terms of freedom, the internet can't get better than it is right now. It's only going to get more restricted.
I mean, don't you think it's getting more restricted with all this stuff, like YouTube changing their rules every
Oh,
5 seconds,
definitely.
or?
I'm talking like 5 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, of course, 5 years ago. Yeah, I mean, it's more like these companies try to, they try to, they try to like showcase these things to stock markets, like as Brownlee said about YouTube Rewind 2019. Like, it's more like when he said, you want to show the stockbrokers what they want it to be, it actually is, and sometimes internet is toxic. Yeah, I mean, it's just this. They're just growing towards this point where to they want to restrict more content so that they get what they want. They want those animation channels. They want YouTube
They want
channels.
to control what we're allowed to see and what they're allowed to show potential investors. And that's the issue.
Yeah, definitely. They want potential investors to just go on it. It's amazing content like Jimmy Carr and okay, maybe not Jimmy Carr, but like Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, yeah. Late night TV host, animators.
Yeah. 100%. They
People-
go on the trending page and it's just they just go on the trending page and it's just James Corden.
Ellen
doing-
DeGeneres. But no,
Yeah, it's just generic content.
oh yeah, pretty super generic. And the reason it's going this way is because the death of television is not but like 10, 20 years away. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like television is trying to get back on it. Like, I mean, sometimes it is successful. I watch History Channel on YouTube, and honestly,
Yeah.
it's pretty sick.
Yeah, everything I watched on TV, I watch on Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, you know,
Yeah,
Crunchyroll. Everything I wanted to see is online now. I have no reason to buy cable. I haven't
yeah,
had cable since I was like
definitely.
16, you know,
And it's just this idea that you can see what you want
at any time.
when you want.
Yeah.
Just like with TV, you had to like program your life around it.
Yeah,
Now
but
instead,
now it
it's
works around you, and that's the
yeah,
much better
definitely.
way, you know?
That's the markets we're thinking of.
But, I mean, TV. You ever see that meme where television killed the radio star?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard the song. If that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. Do you think we'll get a sequel in a couple years where the internet killed the television?
I think yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll get that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
It's gonna happen. Sooner than people think, you know?
Yeah,
Before I die, television will die, and that's scary, you know?
yeah. It's scary. Something is gonna kill the internet.
I I don't know. Maybe like mind jacking, where you just plug yourself into it. That'll be what kills the
Yeah, of
internet.
course. Yeah, that's great. Or you just essentially think of something, but it's like beyond me.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be something next. We just at this
Oh
time we
no.
don't know what it is. You know?
Yeah, how do you think the people when there was TV, they would like say, "Oh, nothing's gonna beat TV."
Oh yeah, I guarantee people were saying TV was the end all be all. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
And we've come a long way. Like even in just the time that you or I have been alive, technology has come so far.
Yeah,
You
yeah. I
know?
mean, don't you think that's gonna like reach a point where it won't?
Yeah, we're gonna hit a plateau where it just stops. We stop discovering new things. You know?
Yeah, that's sort of the fear of science,
Oh yeah, but I
really.
mean, with not to get too far off or too far outlandish thoughts here, but with what Elon Musk does with space exploration and what other companies are doing to get in a part of that, I mean, there's always going to be another frontier. Like right now, the next frontier is deep space,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
we're knocking on
yeah,
the door. Know what I mean? And
yeah,
nobody's
yeah. We're
ready.
knocking.
Nobody's
There's
ready.
still a lot of like. You realize that the largest problem in space exploration is mainly us.
Oh
It's
yeah,
mainly
people.
transporting human bodies.
Well, I mean, not just
The
that. Even on like a governmental scale, like what space exploration means is a scary thing. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna
it's an
compare.
arms race.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be an arms race. It's gonna be terrifying. Like thinking about what happened during the colonization of America. You know, it's gonna be like that on a planet-wide scale. Just so many countries trying to get in there and take advantage of an area they've never been in.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
that's what's scary is at the point where countries have multiple planets, you know, the
Yeah,
what
I
is
mean,
it
this
what is it
time people
called?
won't be hurt.
Oh, maybe they might be.
I mean, like not as in people from other planets, because like
No, yeah,
you can't
well,
really imagine people on the moon.
yeah, well, not yet.
Uh, I mean, if there's other life out there, but even then, you'd have to. Exploration is pretty difficult.
Oh yeah, but I mean, in the next, not in my lifetime, but in the next like 2 or 3 lifetimes, we'll see someone living on another planet. I guarantee it. In the next 300 years, someone will live on another planet.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Life always
It's,
finds a way, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, with global warming and that stuff, I mean, that's a bit difficult to think, really. I mean, once we get past that, if they say that we'll end up on other planets, but then
I actually think
it
we
was,
won't get past global warming. I just think we're going to abandon this planet.
yeah, but it's gonna be pretty hard to abandon it. I mean, like most of Bangladesh is like starting to flood every now and then
Oh, yeah.
as well.
I don't think. I think at the time that we should abandon the planet, we won't have the technology to abandon the planet, but we'll be wanting
Yeah,
to. Know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
definitely.
Like, I currently live in Florida. We get hit with a hurricane like twice a year.
Yeah. Wait, how has that affected you? Out of interest.
Um, we only been hit by one hurricane since I moved down here. Like one actually hit land since I moved down here. But
Oh wow.
we've caught in the tail whips of storms. Like we've had two tropical storms in the last 4 months.
Yeah, wow.
A lot of flooding. That's about it. We're fine. I mean, we're okay. But I mean, the last hurricane was Hurricane Irma, and it caused so much outrage. Like one of my best video on my channel was during Hurricane Irma. Someone punched me in the ribs over a can of corn. It was great.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Whoa, I need to check that out later on.
I'll put the
Damn.
link in the Discord.
I'm gonna look at that. Goodness gra- Wait, you like filmed yourself and then someone
No,
punched
it,
you?
it was after. Like, I got to my car, and then I was just complaining about going to Walmart. I got the can of corn, by the way.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
I won.
damn. Wait, wait. So they punch you to get. Wait
But-
a second. Let me.
It was
let me
in
try to imagine
Walmart,
this.
right? We were in Walmart. Do you guys have
Yeah?
Walmart over there?
We have Tesco's. I mean, that's a sort of approximation.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like a large store.
Yeah.
And the store was being cleaned out. Like, people were buying all the canned food, all the rice, all the, anything you can eat without having to cook it,
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was like 2 cans of corn left, and I picked one of them up, and I gave the other one to an old lady, right? Because she asked me to
yeah.
hand it to her, and I was like, all right, yeah, cool, no problem. And this guy comes up, he's like, you buying that? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this. He's like, give it. And I was like, no, my corn. And the guy punched me in the stomach, and I ran away.
Wow.
And then
Oh
I
my
got,
God, wait, did you end up? Wait, did you like buy it in the end?
yeah, I
How
bought
did
it.
you like manage to buy that?
Yeah, I paid for it.
You spent money on it.
Yeah.
Did that guy like punch you after you bought it or like before you bought it?
Before I paid for it.
Oh, well then, wait, did you have to like exit the store or something? What the hell?
Yeah, I ran away, went and paid for it, and left.
Oh wow, wait, oh that's a pretty fast cashier then. What?
I booked it. I got the hell out of there.
Damn.
And that's the only thing I bought that day was a can of corn. That was it.
cool. Wait, is that all you had for the week or?
No, well, we ended up leaving. We went to Gainesville. We had a can of corn, a 20-pound bag of rice, and a couple of boxes of water. So we were okay. Like, we were fine.
Wait a second. Was your house like
I live on the second
you lived
story,
in a house
so
or an apartment?
I live in an apartment.
Did that get affected at all? Or?
Oh, it flooded real bad. Like, we couldn't leave our apartment. Like, it was flooded all downstairs. Like, walking outside after the hurricane stopped, like, it was up to my chest. Water flooded.
Wow.
It went away in, like, a couple weeks after that. And I remember
A couple of weeks. Goodness.
I had to walk to work one day, because we started work, like, 3 days after the hurricane hit. So it was,
Okay.
like, still flooded outside, and I had to walk to work because I couldn't get my car out. And
Oh, okay.
I ended up having to swim, like, part of the way to work.
What? Oh my God. What?
It was nuts,
Wait a
man.
second. Wait, how far is work from your place?
Yeah, it was like maybe a 40-minute walk. It's not too bad.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, I thought of like having a raft or something.
Oh, well, I mean, we had a canoe, but Perry had it. My roommate Perry had it.
Ah, wait. Did you not get that instead?
Well, I mean, he took it to his work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable.
So do you
Yeah, I
guys have...
suppose it.
Go ahead, sorry.
Wait, what?
I was gonna ask if you guys had any issues like that over there. Like, I know you guys get pretty wild storms too, but I don't know if you guys get hit by hurricanes too often.
No. Well, like sometimes there might be a cyclone. I mean, okay, that's the sort of translation I think
I
of
think
a hurricane.
so. I think so.
The maximum they do is they just close down work.
Yeah, they closed
There's
down
nothing.
work.
Yeah, that's it. Close down work or close down school.
So what's it like over there? I mean, do you like living in the UK or?
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool.
You live there your
Unless
whole
if you go in
life?
the
Or?
city. Excuse me.
Have you lived there your whole life, or did you move into the UK from somewhere else?
Actually, I used to live in Italy,
Yeah.
15 years.
So where are you at now?
Well, now I'm doing like my last year at school in the UK.
That's nice, though. I mean, is the schooling system better in the UK than Italy, or is it about the same?
Oh, yeah, it's much better. Goodness, I wouldn't say it's better per se. It's just system is dependent on the people that you school really.
I get you. See, here we have.
People in my school, a lot of them would just like mess around and be awful crap to each other and mess with a lot of people, especially if you want to like get to university. Some of them decide to just ditch the whole thing.
No, I get what you're saying. I mean, here we have a much different system. Like, we have what's considered generalized education. So, like, we have a kindergarten through 12th grade, which is 12th grade is your last year. And
Okay.
that's all that's required for being considered a graduate before going on to have secondary education, which would be college, university, etc.
Okay.
And
Cool.
in those first 13 years, kindergarten through 12th grade, everyone learns the same thing. Like, there is no, like, all right, I want to go learn about physics, so I'm going to take more math classes and science classes. Here, it's like, all right, everyone needs to know the exact
Really?
same thing.
Well, that's pretty crazy. I mean, don't you have like at least some choice?
Nah, you have choice on electives, but not really, no.
What's an elective?
An elective would be like, I took band as an elective, so I learned how to play the saxophone because I wanted to. And you could
Okay.
take, like, football as an elective. Like American
okay,
football,
cool.
not soccer. American football.
Sure.
And, like, those are electives. You choose, I want to take that. Or you could take, like, art classes as an
Oh.
elective. But you couldn't take, like, alright, I'm gonna learn physics, so I need to take a higher level of science. That's not an option. They don't provide that.
Oh wow. Okay. So wait, what exactly is AP at your school?
Well, they still have AP, but you have to test to get into those courses, and then those are like, they are the higher level, but they're not a choice class. You have to get into them. Know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And
So wait.
they are higher math, but you still have to have all the general education. Like,
Yeah,
even
sure.
if you're in an AP class, you have to take the general math. You take AP math and general math,
Okay.
and it sucks.
So, yeah, I guess. No way. I need to ask. How many subjects do you do then?
Math, science, English. We have to take one art. One.
Okay.
We have to take one
Oh
physical.
wait. So there's sort of choice.
Well, I mean, yes and no. That one art has
Yeah.
to be an elective, so it can either be an art, a band, or a drama class.
Okay.
And you have to take a physical, which can either be football, baseball, or PE, general PE.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think that's it. Yeah, the basics.
Oh wow. Yeah. Wait. When do you do SATs then?
It's not required.
Oh wait. What? Well,
SATs aren't
do
required.
some end of education test.
Well, it's ACTs here. The SATs are a thing here, and colleges look at those better, but they're not required. We do an ACT here, and it's
cool.
a little bit different. Like, there's still a very timed test. It's still the same core things, and it's still the end of year test, but it's not as hard as the SAT. The SAT is a much harder
Okay.
test.
I think like my school gave me the option to do a PSAT.
Okay.
Do you know what those are?
No.
Yeah, like they're apparently some American thing, and decided to do them, and it did not go well.
And
And I
another.
tried to find my results.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you saying?
Go ahead. You go ahead. I missed what you had said.
Sure, thanks. Yeah, when I try to find my results on like College Board or something, I don't know what it's called.
Oh, that's not good.
College something, I don't know. I forgot my password and then I could never find my results.
Oh no, so you wasted your time on the test.
Yeah, pretty much. And it even like cost about like £20, like £40 or something. I don't know.
Uh, is
Nothing.
that a lot, or is that like the equivalent of like $20?
Uh, I guess. Yeah, I think it would be about £20. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not sure about currency exchange. I'm sorry.
Yeah, currency. I guess is negligible. Okay, I would. I don't know how it is economically, but it is. It would be about losing £20. Yeah.
I get you. So another route that we can take here, which is the route I decided to take and didn't follow up on, was you can take the ASVAB, which is for military testing, and I did good on
Okay.
that, but I didn't go into the military. I wanted to, but I couldn't.
Wait, how many people go in the military?
A
Is that a big
lot.
thing?
It depends on where you live. Like, I grew up in
Oh.
Arkansas, which is like a very country area. It's a lot of farmland and welders, and you know what I mean? It's a general lower income
Yeah.
area. And a lot of people from there go into the military because it's a better life. But like where I live now in Florida, not very many people. It really depends on where you're coming from, where you grew up.
Yeah, wait. I heard this thing that a lot of people retire in Florida. Is that true?
Very much so. It is. I'm not a very religious person, but this is God's waiting room.
Oh, yeah. Down. Wait. I heard down like a Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah?
You know that? Yeah. Apparently that's one of the cards where you like go to Florida and die there.
Oh yeah, all the old people come here to die.
Um,
Basically.
I guess in the UK, I'll just explain the system. So essentially, you have junior school, which is like elementary school. Say you have elementary school, and you do that for 6 years, and then you have the secondary school, which is the like from 11 to 18 years of age.
Okay.
And I think in the first 3 years, you do all of your subjects. Essentially, the subjects I took were English, science, and technology, art, computing, just studies.
You guys seem to have a much better system over there than we have over here.
I mean, I guess we have more choice really. I guess it's freer, yeah. And then like in the next 2 years, 3 years of compulsory education, you do. The next 2 years are still compulsory. In fact, like recently they made it until you're 18.
Yeah.
Uh, you do GCSEs or IGCSEs,
And what's that?
about 10 subjects. 10 subjects, but essentially you do 10 subjects, of which you could only choose 4 subjects out of the 10. You just do tests on those, and those get you into schools that are probably more. I guess like it was more useful because back in the day, most people would quit after their GCSEs. So once they're 16, they go straight out of school. Oh, you have to do it until you're 18. So I guess GCSEs serve more as a purpose to just want better people or to further your education more.
No, I get what you mean.
And
So,
then, wait, what were you saying?
I said I get what you mean. That makes sense.
I guess. Then after that you do A levels, which is what I'm doing, where you choose 4 subjects or 5 subjects. What you want. Even though it is pretty like hardcore, like you go really in depth into the subjects. Just 4 subjects and that's it. I chose maths, physics, and economics.
Why
Yeah.
economics? Does that help you out with your physics or no?
Oh, I guess I just like the economy. I like talking about politics. Yeah.
Well, that works out. I mean, if you're happy with what you're doing, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's a point where you. I guess I'm doing something. It ends up not working out. I'm not sure. I guess what you're doing, as long as it doesn't interfere with other people.
I can respect that. Well,
Yeah, sure.
it's been a lot of fun having you on, Lucas.
Yeah, thanks.
Um,
Cool, thanks for having me. It's great.
oh yeah, this is just a little hobby that I've been doing and been trying to keep running with it. But
Oh,
if
yeah.
you would go ahead and shout out all your stuff, we're gonna start wrapping this up.
Oh, I guess I have my YouTube channel, Lucas Ashes. Thanks. And yeah, that's it.
That's all you got to plug.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I got my plug-in.
Well,
Is this up to
everyone,
10 minutes yet?
what's that?
Is this up to 10 minutes yet? You got the ad revenue?
I think we're up to an hour.
Oh, cool.
55
Yeah, wow.
minutes is where we're at.
Yeah, definitely. You can fit lots of ads there.
I don't pull any ad revs on this yet.
Oh, what? Oh, damn. Well, me neither.
Right now, like I said, it's just a hobby. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's still fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
But again, thank you for coming on, and everyone, if you've
thanks.
made it this far, please go check out Lucas's stuff, subscribe to his stuff,
Thank you.
follow him on his journey through university, and we'll see how
Thanks.
this
Yeah,
works
it's
out.
gonna be a rough one.
Yeah, you got this, man. You
If I
got
get
this.
in.
You're much
Yeah.
smarter than I am, so you've got this.
I mean, like, it's not just about being smart. It's about. I don't think I'm smart. I guess I'd be an average kid.
Well, then I guess all European people are much smarter than I am.
Oh, what? Oh my
If
god.
you're the
Nah,
average guy.
I'm pretty sure you're good.
Nah,
you
it's
do
just-
marketing. That's pretty cool. And then you're just gonna get better each time, and eventually you're gonna be pretty wise. Who knows?
we'll see how it goes, yeah?
Cool.
All right, well, thanks again, man, and I'll see
Thanks.
all the people
I
next
enjoyed
week.
this. It was great.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.